Are there numbers that repeat in the Bible? Hello and welcome. Have you ever noticed how some numbers seem to repeat themselves in the Bible? The number 3 in key events, the number 7 throughout, the number 12 and 40 appearing again and again. Is this just a coincidence? Or is there a deeper meaning behind this repetition? That's exactly what we're going to talk about today. We'll delve into the fascinating world of biblical numerology, but with a careful, biblically grounded look. The numbers that repeat in the Old and New Testaments have deep spiritual meanings. Some examples include: the number 3 is one of the most important, often associated with wholeness, divinity, and resurrection. Old Testament. Isaiah 6 verse 3 mentions God's holiness in a threefold way. Holy, holy, holy is the Lord of hosts. New Testament. It is one of the most striking numbers, because Jesus was resurrected on the third day, as seen in 1 Corinthians 15 verse 4, and that he was buried, and that he was raised again the third day, according to the Scriptures. Follow some more quotes from the Old Testament depicting the number 3. The three fundamental patriarchs of Israel, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Jonah spent 3 days and 3 nights in the belly of a great fish before being freed. Moses imposed 3 days of thick darkness on Egypt. In the New Testament, in addition to the resurrection, the number 3 also appears in the Holy Trinity, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, representing the divine totality. Peter's denial of Jesus, which occurred 3 times. Peter's restoration with Jesus. Threefold question: do you love me? Jesus was tempted 3 times in the desert. 3 people were crucified on Golgotha, including Jesus. Jesus prayed 3 times in the Garden of Gethsemane before being arrested. 3 apostles, Peter, James, and John, witnessed the transfiguration of Jesus. The 3 gifts, gold, frankincense, and myrrh, that the Magi brought to the newborn Jesus. The number 3 is one of the most frequent, appearing over 450 times in some Bible translations, from Genesis to Revelation. The number 7 is widely recognized as the number of perfection and wholeness, mainly because it is linked to creation. Old Testament. Genesis 2 verses 2 to 3 says, "And on the 7th day, God had finished his work which he had done, and he rested on the 7th day from all his work which he had done. And God blessed the 7th day, and made it holy, because in it he had rested from all his work which he had created." New Testament. The book of Revelation is full of references to the number 7, such as the 7 churches, 7 seals, and 7 bowls. One example is Revelation 1 verse 4. John, to the 7 churches that are in Asia, grace and peace to you from him who is and who was, and who is to come, from the 7 spirits who are before his throne. In the Bible, the number 7 appears over 400 times. It is a symbol of completion, perfection, wholeness, and divine holiness. The number 12. Israel was formed by the 12 tribes, the sons of Jacob. Exodus 24:4 mentions this. Moses wrote down all the words of the Lord, and he rose early in the morning and built an altar at the foot of the mountain and 12 pillars, according to the 12 tribes of Israel. Jesus chose 12 apostles to found his church. In Matthew 10:1, we read, "And he called unto him his 12 disciples, and gave them power against unclean spirits, to cast them out, and to heal every disease and every sickness." The 12 springs of water at Elim. The 12 precious stones on the high priest's breastplate. The 12 spies sent into Canaan. The 12 loaves of showbread placed in the tabernacle. Jesus' age when he was found in the temple. The 12 baskets of bread left over after feeding the 5,000 people. The number 12 appears over 200 times in the Bible. The number 40. The 40 days of the flood. The 40 days Moses spent on Mount Sinai. The 40 years of wandering in the wilderness. Numbers. Jesus' 40 days of fasting before beginning his ministry. In the Holy Bible, number 40 appears approximately 146 times. The numbers in the Bible are not random, but function as codes that reveal a cohesive divine plan. They form a symbolic language that connects different narratives and teachings. The number 40 symbolizes periods of trial and preparation, such as the flood and Jesus' time in the desert. The number 12 represents God's fullness and rule over his people, seen in the 12 tribes and the 12 apostles. The number 7 signifies perfection and completeness, as in the days of creation. The number 3 is linked to divinity and divine totality, being the basis of the Trinity and the resurrection. These numerical patterns show that the Bible has a divine architecture, revealing the character of a God of order and purpose. They invite a deeper reading, where history and symbolism unite to tell the story of salvation.